All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutation unto the hopeful elect. This is the brother Wakwasha, and this guy is named Dr. John Campbell, and he was one of the first people I started listening to as the C19 was propagated or propagandized through the news media and through the medical industry on really just more of the lies in which Esau is perpetuating, because control and really beguiling the people is his forte. And so I'm gonna play a part of this video. The name of this video is actually called let's see here, what are these? Okay, and essentially what he's gonna cover, and I'm just gonna play, I'm gonna skip around a lot. If you brothers want to, obviously you can go back and watch the video, but essentially you know, what has happened is through the C19, people have received blood clots, okay? And these blood clots are abnormal. And, you know, the prophets of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, you know, we've always mentioned that Esau, the so-called white man, is, he's not for our people, man. And as the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, man. As iron rusted, so will his wickedness. And so Dr. John Campbell is going to cover essentially some of these findings. If the Lord say the same, I'm gonna play a part of another video in which the originator of these findings are also speaking on how these pathways of blood that have been coagulated have been the major contributing factor over the past 4 years that has been swept under the rug. You know, there was a global blitz of the fear mongering that this society used to murder, okay, hundreds and thousands of people, millions of people, shall I say. And so part of this is because Esau, the so-called white man, 1 is the devil, 2 is our enemy, and 3 is only perpetuating lies. His whole system of quote unquote medicine is not medicine, it's drugs. Okay. And these are some of the byproducts of the drugs. So without any further delay, let's bring out Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. And I want to grab this word here, value, real quick. And I'm going to grab physicians as well, because it goes into healing, looks like. This is physician.
Strong's H457. Eliel.
Oh, so like this is actually no value. It says not good for nothing, worthless, a physician, a shepherd, divination, okay? An idol, okay? Because it has no value. It's just a structure. It's empty. It's hollow, okay? And that's what Esau's medical quote unquote system is. It's hollow. It doesn't have any value. It doesn't have any substance, okay? Now this is for the word here, physician.
Strong's H7495, Rapha.
Khan, it says to heal, to make health full, okay? Healer of men, All right. And that's who Esau portrays himself to be, although he is a physician of no value. Okay. And his value is really lies in murder. You know, as scripture says, he was a murderer from the beginning. Okay. So none of these aspects have changed. They've only intensified. All right. So let's play part of this video. I'm going to skip around here a little bit. And Lord will, this will be edifying for the elect.
A warm welcome to this talk, Wednesday, the 7th of February. Now, I'm becoming convinced we're dealing with a completely new disease. Let me show you what I mean here. And we've got detailed videos coming up on this shortly. Now, let me just show you this picture here. Now, these are the white clots, for want of a better term, that are being taken out by embalmers during post-mortem. They're white, sort of rubbery clots. Now, Dr. Ryan Cole, I believe, has done an analysis of these, and he's found out that they're made of fibrin, which is a blood clotting protein, of platelets, which are the normal thrombocytes in the blood, and an abnormal protein called amyloid protein. And these are being washed out at post-mortem. And I'm just convinced of this now because I've seen so many pictures of these. And you can see here that they seem to be branching in exactly the same way that the vascular tree would branch. They're like branches. So I think these are casts. And these are coming out from arteries in embalming, and they're coming out from veins in embalming as well. Now, the data I'm going to present from Mr. Thomas Haviland, Majors Haviland, who's examined this, that'll be in the next video. But what he found was, in 2023, embalmers reported that 20% of corpses were showing these things. 20%, a fifth. In 2022, it had been 30%. In 2021, there'd been some, quite a lot, but we don't have a figure on that. In 2020, before any rollouts of things, there was very few cases, but of course we did have a pandemic then with SARS coronavirus 2. So a few in 2020, lots in 2021, lots in 2022, still a lot in 2023, involved in 20% of, potentially in 20% of deaths. This is just huge. Before 2020, the embalmers weren't seeing any. So 2019, as far back as you want to go, they were seeing none, and then they're getting these things. What is going on here? Now, there will be a few ideas of what's going on in the video. Let's just look at some more pictures first of all. Here's another example. And again, we see that it kind of it breaks down. It's a bit of a...
And so what you see here is part of Esau's lies and deception of portraying himself to be someone that is attempting to heal when that's not his forte. His forte is to murder, to deceive, to poison. Okay. And so let's bring out this real quick. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand unto a time and times, and the dividing of times. Okay. And so why I'm bringing this up is because it was a mandate across the globe. Okay. Changing the laws. Okay. For you to take this, this poison, man. Now, years and years and years and years later, of the autopsies that have been done, this is what they're finding in these people. Not just a typical blood clot, in which I know for myself, that's what I thought about initially. These are now new growing. We talked about mRNA. Okay. What it has done is it has latched on to, and this is a wicked device, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. See, this is Psalms 37:7. It says, "Rest in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass." This is a wicked device. This is not a typical blood clot. Okay? Blood clots do not branch. Okay? It's typically in an artery or a vein, and it's more of the linear version, it does not continue to grow and develop into these types of branches. This is a wicked device, man. Okay? And so everything that these damn devils are doing, they're doing it as a form of medicine, but in actuality, it's really just more and more witchcraft, man. Okay? Let's get back here in Daniel. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given unto his hand, unto a time, and the dividing of time. And Esau's media machine, okay, the political system, all the legislation, the religion, all of these things are against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So the people buy into the lie or the law, okay, which is a lie, right? To become inoculated to years and years and years later. This is the byproduct of it. And none of the families can sue or come up against the GOV for this, because it was mandatory, but it was under the Federal Emergency Management Act or agency, okay, which is non-constitutional. So you have all these people doing this damn dumb shit, taking this damn jump shot, right? And this is the byproduct of it, okay? Forgers of lies, physicians of no value.
It's a bit of a junction coming from inside a blood vessel, 6 inches there, which is about 15, 16 centimeters, I guess. And these white clots simply aren't in the pathology textbooks. This is a new disease. Quite incredible, quite incredible. Now let's move on to look at some more pictures. These are the white clots in a tube, and we'll see some more live on the video that we look at with Major Haviland in the next video. So there's some that have been collected. Here's some, just so you see the razor there for the scale. These have just been collected during the embalming process. And
this is in people's body that wasn't previously in there.
Again, you see these are white. Now these bits, you can see some bits of normal blood clot in there. That's what you'd expect. But all these things are new. These are not seen before 2020. In 2020, they were seen in very small amounts. In 2021, 2022, 2023, seen in large amounts. This really needs to be investigated as a matter of urgency. And we should suspend any therapeutic interventions that could potentially be causing this until we are absolutely certain that it's not the cause. Because at the moment, the correlation is there, and the correlation is strong, both in temporal correlation and quantitative correlation.
And this is the reason why I like this dude. I don't know if he's an Edomite or not, but he's basically saying the evidence proves that this is associated with the damn lies that Esau is promoting, man. Okay? And it's just a high-level form of witchcraft. All right? This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Okay? And by peace shall destroy many. Because the people were under the Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. Okay? But he sold it as something that was beneficial. That's that peace. But then destroyed many. All right? It says, he shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And so prophecy is about to judge Esau, man. You know, like we're right there at the door. Okay, we are right there at the door. So yeah, let's play the rest of this and then we'll move on to the next video.
So these are flushed out of the circulatory system, and of course the lining, the blood vessels, the bit down the middle, are supposed to be hollow. Of course, it's supposed to be lumen, not clogged up with this stuff. This is a new pathology, a new disease. What is going on?
A new disease. Why? Because it suppressed the white blood cells, which are the ones in which healed the body, okay, and then overtook the body. And these are the findings.
On here.
It's wicked.
Again, another example, you see the size of the scalpel. Here we do see some blood clots associated with it, but we see this unmistakable white, strandy, wormy, long clot flushed out of the circulatory system of dead human beings. This,
I would be shocked. I mean, he said fibrins. I would be shocked if the constitution of these white fibers and the makeup of the Juicy J are not the same. But see, Esau's not going to do that study.
is a massive scientific finding. Why isn't it all over the scientific literature? Why isn't it all over mainstream media? You see, this is photograph. This is photographs. These things exist. This is real. You know, you're looking at them. Another example there. Again, flushed out of the arteries and veins of dead human beings. We see some normal splodgy blood clot there, but these white bits aren't. These are not what you expect. Lots more examples, and I'm getting another 250 examples sent to me. So these are not just random bits. Here we see more ordinary blood clot mixed in, but again we can see the unmistakable white.
And the thing about it is, this was supposed to be a VAX. It should not lead to blood clots. It should not lead to anything of the sort. But not only is it the traditional, but it's the non-traditional. See? But this is Yahweh Shemel Shah just revealing this damn devil. You know, there used to be years and years and years ago where Esau can get away with almost everything, and no one would be the wiser. Now, every move he makes, there's a breadcrumbs. You know, there's a footprint left to identify the wicked, man. All right. Let's move on to the next video. It's from the same guy. I actually have not even watched this one, but I saw it as a sequel. It says White Clots Common. Okay, and this is 11 days ago, and this one is 13 days ago. Okay, 444. All right. So, let's bring this out real quick before we do that. I'm gonna read that one more time. This is Psalms 37, verse 7. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Okay. We know that Esau, the so-called white man, this is him, his MO right here. Okay. I don't know if this guy is or not. Either way, the content in which he's bringing out, you can't mistake that, man. You know, why are there all of these scenarios going on, and who's doing it? Okay. It says, let's bring out one more. This is 1 John 3:2. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and doeth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, and we shall see him as he is. Okay. Oh, Salak. Wrong verse. This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 12. It says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, okay, wicked devices, wicked one, okay, Shaitan, Satan, okay, that embodies Esau, the so-called white man, Cain being his ancestor, you know, through lineage. All right. It says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother, and wherefore slew he him because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. And that's the reason why you have these types of scenarios right here. That's it. Okay. Esau doesn't want righteousness to prevail in any form. Nature, the sun. He's trying to blot out the sun, air, water. He's making everything artificial, man. Okay? Then he can be like the Most High. Because nothing will be natural. Nothing will be organic. Everything will be genetically modified and traceable. Just like he put this device in people so it's traceable. They showed videos during the height of the pandemic. They showed videos of people putting magnets on their arms, and you could see substances collect around their those magnets on their arms. These are wicked devices that he's coming to pass with, but they're all artificial. They're all trackable. They're all traceable. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, let's play a couple of minutes of this, and we'll see how far it goes.
Early pictures, interesting. They were supplied by Major Tom Haviland, who I'm going to introduce now. Tom, thank you for very, very much for coming on this video.
John, thanks for having me on the show to talk about this very important topic.
Now, Tom, as the name would imply, has been a major in the United States Air Force for a career. Also an engineer, mathematician, and data scientist and analyst. So in a good position to do this work. Now, what on earth are we looking at here, Tom? Please.
We're looking at white fibrous clots that have been supplied by embalmers. And they're seeing these all around the world. Embalmers are seeing these clots, and they're seeing them actually in a high percentage of their corpses, unfortunately, John. And they've been seeing mostly over the last 3 years. I actually have a small vial of the clots that I can show the audience live. I'll turn it slowly around so people see the consistency.
Excellent. Yeah, you can see that really clearly. And what are they, and where did you get them, Tom?
Got these from embalmer Richard Hirschman, who was featured in the Died Suddenly movie. Richard's been sending vials of these out to laboratories and scientists all over the world who are trying to examine the clots and figure out what they're made of. One of the theories is that they're...
Once again, examining the clots to find out what they're made of.
Made from amyloid protein. Amyloid is A-M-Y-L-O-I-D. It's just a fancy term for a misshaped or misfolded protein that builds up in our bodies.
See, now that's the point that Esau may be defending Esau, because that's not a protein that's produced in our bodies unless it's it's not going to cause that type of damage. Now, when you substitute a mRNA, a new nucleus of that strand, yes, it will produce it. However, how it's being produced is not natural. It's artificial. Okay? And that's the reason why it dies. Esau ain't slick, bro.
The world, we're trying to examine the clots and figure out what they're made of. One of the theories is that they're made from amyloid protein. Amyloid is A-M-Y-L-O-I-D. It's just a fancy term for a misshaped or misfolded protein that builds up in our bodies. So,
and there's some fibrin from blood clotting processes in them as well, is there?
Correct. Dr. Ryan Cole has looked at them, the famous pathologist from Idaho, and he says it's a combination of the amyloid protein, fibrin. Our blood has fibrinogen in it that is in liquid form that then converts into fibrin when there's damage done to the lining of the veins or arteries, and that.
Where did the damage come from? See, like everybody in the world just had some random ass damage, and everybody in the world just had these. See, once again, man, let's read that one more time. This is 1 John 3:12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one and slew his brother. Okay. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil and his brother's righteous. Esau does not want anything natural, including or spiritual, including the children of Israel, to ever exist, man. Okay. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. That's Esau, man. Okay. Let's play a little bit more.
Fibrin is white, and then there's also, he's found platelets in there too, and they're colorless. So that combination of fibrin, platelets, and this amyloid or amyloid-like material.
And what's the consistency like? Is it? Can you pull it apart? Is it rubbery? What do you feel like?
It's rubbery. It stretches. It's rubbery. It can break if you put enough force on it, but it's almost like a rubber band. You know, it looks like a calamari and kind of feels like a rubber band.
So, how is it that this hasn't been done before 2020, but it's something that our bodies naturally produce?
To the embalmers. Very unusual.
Now, these have been, in the embalming process, these are flushed out of the circulatory system. And they're collected by embalmers. So these have been taken directly from the circulatory system of the recently deceased. This is where these come from.
Correct. Embalmers have two favorite injection site points when they do embalming. Their favorite is the carotid artery in the neck. So that's the main spot they've been finding these clots. They also will do an injection site point sometimes in the iliac artery down in the pelvis region that then runs down to your femoral arteries in the legs. So that doesn't necessarily mean where the clots are being formed, John, but that's where the embalmers seem to be finding the clots, obviously, is they're flushing out at these injection site points. However, some of the embalmers have told me recently they've had to actually create more injection site points because when they run into a body that has a lot of these clots, then they have to use alternate points in order to get them all out. And it's actually lengthened the process of embalming. Embalming used to take about an hour to hour and a half for an embalmer, and now it's taking about 2 to 2.5 hours for an embalming.
So in some of the recently deceased, this is actually clogging up their circulatory system, such as the embalmer can't flush the blood out.
Yeah, and the embalmers that I've talked to are pretty insistent that they believe the clots are forming before death. They think that they may be forming after death as well, but they're...
Did you just hear that? Forming before and after. That means it's still continuing to grow and what's the word I'm looking for? Override, okay, the physical DNA of Yahweh Shem Shai. Man, that's a wicked device, man. Let no man deceive you. You got to get it. You lose your job. You won't be able to eat. You won't be able to buy or sell. See, this is where all of the pre-programming comes into play. To have the people not even believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. To where their hope has to be Esau, the so-called white man. Come save us. Come give us the solution. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So let's skip around here a little bit.
Insistent that they are forming...
Oh, quite incredible. Now, let's just point out that these just aren't isolated incidents. These are several. There's some more in a jar similar to yours.
Yeah, and I spoke with embalmer Richard Hirschman recently, and Richard says that he has over 250 photos on his phone, Dr. Campbell, of clots coming out of over 250 different people. He's got examples of this white fibrous clots as well as another issue we'll talk about called microclotting as well.
Come on, man. This place got to go, man. Esau got to go.
So he's got photos from lots of people that he's embalmed.
Yeah, so that scalpel there, again, would be about probably 8 inches long altogether. The blade would be a couple inches long. And I think what we're seeing here is we're seeing the blood clot that you would expect.
Right.
And then these white things are just...
Yeah. And like I said, embalmers have been seeing those forever. They actually look and feel like grape jelly. They dissolve easily in your hands. Much different than these white fibrous clots, and much different than embalmers have been seeing chicken fat clots for years too. They're small, yellowish in color, and they tear very easily. Very different than these large white fibrous clots that are much tougher and more elastic.
Yeah, the yellow one medically, I think we call that white thrombus. It's the platelet aggregation. It's a well-recognised pathological process. Just looking at a few more to show these aren't just random things.
Yeah, so like I said, forgers of lies, physicians of no value. Never trust thine enemy. By peace he shall destroy many. Okay. Let's read this. This is this is Mark chapter 2, verse 17. It says, when Yahushua heard it, he said unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. Okay. And here's the thing. Our people need the physician being Yahushua, not Esau's wicked devices coming to pass. Because we can only be healed by the word. Okay. And obviously we have to be a part of the elect. But our people will continue to believe in the physician of no value. You know, and matter of fact, let's bring that out real quick, because the ultimate physician is Yahushua. Ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay? And that's what these people are finding out. It says, the physician cutteth off a long disease. So they have value, right? But the value that Esau has placed on them is, for majority of them, is those that are creating the disease. It says, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay? Because you trusted your enemy. So that's all I really want to cover. I'm pretty sure these guys are going into all types of stuff. It's about 50 minutes worth of Esau rambling. Let's see.
20 to 30%. Now, one thing that surprised me, he says that the amount of embalming prior to cremation and prior to burial is roughly the same. Again, where we live, it's about 30%. In other parts of the country, it's 50 or 60%. So basically, he's saying 20 to 30% of people being embalmed and 20 to 30% of those having these clots. But, of course, there's no reason why people that are being embalmed would not be a representative sample. So from this, it looks like it could well be that 20 to 30% of people that are dying have got these clots.
Correct.
This is just a mind-blowing, massive, new pathology. I mean, I'd heard about these clots, about 18 months back, Tom. But then when I got your email with the information, I'm just blown away. I am blown away. You can see I'm blown away by it. The magnitude of the pathology that we're talking about is immense.
And in addition to the white fibrous clots, as you'll see in the slides coming up, there's been an increase in the traditional grape jelly clots, and also this phenomenon of microclotting as well of the blood. So
yes, you did say that. As well as the clots, you're getting this sort of coffee ground thing.
Correct.
And of course, coffee ground is old altered blood, and this is classic of small thrombi, small blood clots.
Correct.
So we've got the two pathologies here. We've got the white ones, and we've got the microclotting as well.
Yeah.
Now, this is an impressive study that you've done on your own volition, Tom. Quite impressive. Do you want to just basically talk us through it as we look through?
Yeah, I did the study from December 8th until January 8th, so it just finished about a month ago.
Yeah.
Shalom.